We are very excited about episode 52 as we welcome Ralph, Raul, and Hector with Los Golferos, purveyors of premium golf goods, founded by a few passionate golf hermanos that felt that they could add a little more chili to the game. Fellas, thank you so much for hopping on the podcast.
Thank you guys for having us, man.
Thank you guys for having us.
Thanks for inviting us, man.
Absolutely. So
before we get going, something that always bugs me is we never introduce everybody, especially when there's multiple people on.
I just named them.
No, I know that, but like they didn't, you know what I mean?
Sure. Well, let's do it.
So yeah, do you guys want to introduce yourselves just so they know who the voices are?
Yeah, for sure.
You never do that.
So I'm Raul Diaz. I'm one of the original founders of Los Golferos.
I'm Hector Huerta. I'm also a founder of Los Golferos.
And I'm Ralph Cachero. I'm the second generation of Los Golferos. And you might hear these guys mess up and call me by my family nickname, which is Mikey. So there you go.
Oh, dude,
So
but you gotta tell them why we call you Mikey, dude. This guy's named after half of the Ninja Turtles over here, dude.
Oh yeah. So in Mexican culture, you get a very long name, and I fell to that stereotype. So my full name is Rafael Miguel Angel Cachero Jr. So Rafael, Raph from Ninja Turtles, and Miguel Angel, Michelangelo. So I got two.
So
that's sick.
Funny story. I'm not at all Hispanic, anywhere near it, or from Italy. I have a long name too. I have two middle names.
Oh, let's hear
him now, dude.
I gotta hear it now. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, good. Yeah.
Damn. Okay. So my first name is Dominic, and then I was named after my great grandfather, Glenn, and my dad is Michael. So it's Dominic Glenn Michael Shaboti.
Dude, I hope you didn't have to learn how to spell all that out when you were in kindergarten, bro. That would have been a
my driver's license was like that.
I'm just gonna say he's got the world's biggest driver's license. He's got to get a passport wallet.
Yeah, we'll just call you Dom, dude. We'll keep it easy, dude.
Yeah, please don't call me by my full name. Only my mom does that when she's mad.
Oh, man. That has some meaning when she's gonna she's gonna spell out your entire name out there or throw your entire name out there. That
he doesn't listen though, so it's okay.
So we appreciate you taking the time and hopping on the podcast. Let's just dive right into it. Can you tell us a little bit about how you guys got into golf and how you started the business?
Yeah, for sure. So it's honestly the original iteration came from Hector. He's our fucking Da Vinci over here. And I apologize if I drop that bomb like there are those tomorrow because I kind of talk that way. But I had been golfing on and off for a while. I learned how to play golf because at one point I was dating a cart girl when I was in my early 20s, and I learned how to play golf at a country club because I had nothing else to do when I would go hang out with her. She would go get her nails done, all that stuff. Dude, it was. I didn't know what I had, dude. I was only like 19, 20 when I was dating her, dude. So I learned how to play golf there.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you though, but I do have a quick question. Did you meet her not knowing that she was a beverage cart lady, or did you meet her actually on the golf course?
Dude, her family worked at the country club, bro. So essentially she was like, oh, I need a part-time gig. And her sister, who worked in the beauty salon they had in the country club, she's like, oh, well, they need a girl that drives a little cart around and sells beer. And she's like, I can do that. So that's how she got the gig. So cool. After school, that was her gig. She was a senior in high school, and she was the cart girl at a country club out here. I won't call it out because I don't want to give them promotion. They don't want to get me in the country club, so screw them.
I will say it's a pretty high-profile country club if they have a hair salon.
Oh, dude, it is now. At one point, it was a part of the PGA West family of country clubs. Now it's owned by a very, very rich Japanese investor. So yeah, it was a full-blown country club out here in Southern California. But that's how I started golfing. And then Hector is my brother from another mother, essentially. We've known each other. Dude, Hex, how long have we known each other, bro?
Kindergarten.
Yeah. So it's like elementary school.
Yeah, we've known each other since kindergarten, and lost track in between middle school and high school. And after that, we reconnected again. And, we've been friends forever, I guess is what you call it. But like he said, we're brothers from other mothers.
And then we found out like, hey, you know what? Golf. And I was like, I know how to fuck around. And he's like, wow, I've been trying to get into it. I was like, let's go. Got nothing to do. And this was like, what was it?
2009, 2008.
Yeah, around then.
Yeah.
and we are at that time we weren't the youngest, we weren't the oldest guys playing out there, but we would love like getting to our local golf course at 6 o'clock in the morning, dew cutting. So like he would show up with the 6-pack of IPAs and it's 5 o'clock somewhere type of mentality. So it's like 6:30 and we're already cracking up the first one. And dude, no BS. This was like our version of therapy. Like, hey, how's life going? How's work going? You know, all that type of crap. And that's how he kind of started up. And then Mikey, as he says, we call him, or Ralph, he's my wife's cousin. So I've known this cat since, dude, how long have I known you, Ralph? Like since you were like 8, 9?
Yeah, I was pretty young. Now I'm 30, so yeah, it's been like 20 years now.
Yeah. So I've known him pretty much his entire life, but this guy's been a freaking athlete. He was the star quarterback at his high school. You know, you give him something, he'll do it. So it was just a matter of time before he picked up a golf club and he started golfing. So it kind of went from there. It was just one of those weird things where at one point or another, we all got into golfing. Like at first it was Hector and myself. We were doing it for shits and giggles. We've never been great golfers, but it was like, hey, you know what? Gets us away from what we're doing. We're out there in the middle of the morning, having a cold one, and just enjoying life.
It's only been probably the last couple of years since we've actually been golfing with Ralph, because Ralph brings that extra edge and he wants to beat everybody. And then Raul doesn't want to let go of it. Like, oh no, I need to keep up with this guy. So now I got to be like, shit, I thought we were just going to drink. No, we're playing for reals.
I will say what I love though, Raul, is the fact that you mentioned IPAs, because I'm a huge IPA fan.
Oh, the nasty.
Oh, brother.
Yeah,
Dom, come on, man.
Yeah, they said Dom, he'll figure it out once he gets a little older. He's still young. So.
Trust me.
Come out here, Dom. We'll give you some good.
We'll get you some West Coast IPAs.
So the funny thing is, though, is that, like I said, my wife, she's Hispanic, and her dad, her grandpa, and all that love cerveza, right? But no IPA. So like whenever I have to have the fridge, I have to have either some Corona or Pacifico. But I love when I can find someone that like truly enjoys an IPA as well, because it's hard to explain. It is an acquired taste.
It is.
But it's funny that you say you got an IPA going at 6:30 in the morning. That's impressive.
Go ahead, Rose.
Go for it, dude.
No, I was gonna say my wife, on the other hand, she's Hispanic also, and she loves IPAs. I mean, her favorite drink is the double IPA. Hopefully, it's around 8%. She loves it. She's that type of person. Her favorite drink right now is from our local brewery, and it's called Cube from San Fernando Brewing Company, and they're at 10.2. That's her favorite go-to every Friday.
Is that a 12 ounce or a 16 ounce? Because that's strong.
No, it's a 12 ounce.
Okay, I was going to say, typically they'll do a 12 ounce.
Yeah,
that's a triple IPA.
We're talking out of Dom's element right now. He's not really sure what's going on.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like.
We're going to need to see his ID.
It's all right, Dom. I got water in here.
So do I.
I have water as well, with also some apple juice. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have some.
So that's beer has always been an element of Los Golferos, even before there was a Los Golferos. So Hex and I have been beer evangelizers, if you will, because a lot of our friends were the Corona, Modelo.
But
we had some Bud Light, good Lord.
That's a water.
Yeah, that's piss water right there, dude. No offense to everybody who's a Bud Light drinker, but
yeah, we're gonna have a lot of haters after this, but that's okay.
Send it to Raul at losgolferos.com. I'll take the hate. But Hex and I have been the like, dude, you can drink a 24 pack of that to get a light buzz, or you can drink one of these beers and you're going to be sitting down for the rest of the evening type of stuff. So we've always like quality over quantity when it comes to beer.
100%. I think like when you're younger, you know, and you're drinking your Miller Lights, Coors Lights, even though those are, I will not touch those any longer, but like I will put up with a Pacifico. I like Pacifico. I do like Corona and all that. Don't get me wrong. I like those, but if I'm going to choose, I'm definitely gonna grab a 6-pack of a nice IPA, because I can have a few and enjoy the taste.
And let me tell you the level of competition between us. Raul will roll up, he'll have a 6-pack of this specific IPA from this small brewery over here, and I'll roll up and I'll have a different IPA. His brother will roll up, he has a bottle of whiskey. Everybody's like trying to challenge each other.
Who can bring the most booze to the golf course?
Yeah, it's a competition.
It's a discovery competition because we have come up with some good stuff. My brother-in-law, who is also honorary second generation member of Los Golferos, he'll come out with like some random bourbon or whiskey we've never heard of. And if it's a SoCal chilly morning, so that means it's only like 60 degrees. I know you guys are laughing at us right now out there in your neck of the woods.
Minneapolis.
Yeah. And he'll bust out like Rabbit Hole. I was like, where the hell did you get this from? He's like, look pretty good. And all of a sudden we're all aficionados of Rabbit Hole bourbon whiskey, actually. So it's great. Raul pulled out some bottled tequila we never heard of, and it's become Los Golferos instant classic type of thing. He brought it out one of the events we threw, and everybody just like, where'd you get this tequila from? Just thought it was a nice bottle and brought it out.
Yeah. So I'm not an IPA guy. I do like tequila though. So if you want to drop that name, I'd appreciate it.
And I'm not a tequila fan.
So we know you're not much of anything other than IPA.
you should try this tequila out. It's called Manic. I found it at Total Wine and More, and like Raul said, like I just like the bottle because it has like this Aztec headdress looking thing on it, and obviously you can tell by our logo with our guerrero. I was like, hey, this might work. Picked it up, and like you said, we had our first golf outing. A lot of our followers hit us up saying like, hey man, like, when can we play with you guys? And it just snowballed into this thing where we took 16 guys out to a golf course, and I was like, cool, I'm gonna take this bottle, cracked it open. Everybody loved it. They were like, dude, I gotta go pick this up now. I'm like, Total Wine and More. That's where I got it.
Did you get the silver, the reposado, or the añejo?
If I remember correctly, I think it was the añejo.
It was
the añejo.
Yeah.
Okay, two questions. Not to get off topic. Well, not really off topic because we're talking about it. But one, I'm probably going to bring it down a notch because I am one of those golfers that I'm not a big fan of drinking on the golf course. No, don't get me wrong. Now, if we're playing in a scramble or something like that, then obviously I will. But I am a competitive person as well. Not that I try to like beat the person next to me. It's more or less golf is hard. It's hard itself. So it's like I'm trying to play the course. But for me, I don't play very good when I'm drinking. So like I like to save it for after the round. So I know not to take it down a notch because I know it obviously sounds like I'm being kind of a Donald Downer a little bit. But
I think it's a Debbie Downer.
But I'm a dude, so I was going with the Donald. Yeah. But
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Normally it's Debbie Downer.
I've never heard
throwing
Donald
a little
Downer.
bit of a mix. But I did want to ask. You mentioned that there's second generation Los Golferos. How many members or how many guys do you have in this team here?
So originally it's kind of weird because we never started out to be a brand. So it was a group of us that little by little we started getting people into golf. So Hector and I were the original ones. And then we had a couple friends that, kind of did the little offshoot type of thing. But originally how Los Golferos started, we're like, hey, you know what? We're out here, we're golfing. How about we make things a little bit more interesting? So we started this little in-house tournament, and it kind of went from there. So originally there was 6 of us who made this little golf club, if you will, and we would have a monthly competition. So we played for a couple of dollars here and there, and we're like, all right, that's cool. And then we decided to bring it up a notch, and we're like, all right, money's cool, but let's add an element to it. And we thought about the trophy idea, and the trophy's like, no big deal. It's a trophy. But then, most of us grew up in the 80s. Hector and I, we've been talking about wrestling since he said we were in elementary school. So we're like, dude, screw the trophy, dude. We need a belt. So at this time, right around that's when the UFC had that fight with Nick Diaz for the baddest motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
So
BMF.
Yeah. So we are like, hey, dude, we can get the BMFG title for us, the baddest mother golfer. And we started that tournament. And like Hex said, like, I will, when it comes to competition, I'll bring it up a notch. So I was like, all right, dude, I'm in it. So that's where it started. It was originally that little tournament between 6 friends, and we had the BMFG title belt on the line. And you had to retain the title. So every month we had to play for it. So it went from like a bunch of guys that were just trying to retain the title, which actually I still hold. I will give myself props for that.
Very nice.
I never gave Ralph a chance at it, so that's why I still hold on to it.
So you retired the belt. You found out Ralph was a decent golfer, so you had to retire that tournament.
Well,
I was like,
kind of changed because at the time it was a hope, and it was during the pandemic that group got bigger. And after the pandemic started wearing off, we started losing people because they went back to work. So, but yeah, Raul was the last winner, and he's held on to it forever until we decide to bring it back.
I'm retiring that belt, but yeah, that was the origin story of how Los Golferos came to be. It was a club. It wasn't until I'm into Scotty Cameron stuff, and Scotty had the Sarape golf towel golf bag going on. And I was like, dude, this guy's like monopolizing on stuff that is subpar. And then an acquaintance of ours said like, oh, I'm going to make this Sarape golf towel. And we're like, hey, that sounds badass. We want to see it. So we were friends with the guy, and he showed us his towel. And I was like, dude.
He worked at our local clubhouse.
Yeah. So we saw it and we're like, all right, dude, yeah, we'll buy it from you because you're the homie. But immediately Hector, I'm telling you, this guy's Renaissance man, he's like, man, fuck this shit. I could make something better than this. Well, because the first time he watched it, it fell apart. Like totally fell apart. It was just so hard.
And yeah, I didn't trash. And I'm not gonna name any names because he's still a cool dude. And he was trying to start something, and he showed it to us. We thought it looked cool. It looked awesome. So, Raul got one, I got one, his brother got one. And we tried it out and they worked perfect. That type of material worked good at cleaning not only your clubs, but your balls as well, your golf balls, and then and your regular balls if you want to. But what ended up happening was I always wash my stuff after I use it. Everything, any towel that I have, I wash it. And so I put it in the washer and it came out falling apart. So I would try to get a replacement, and he couldn't provide a replacement for X amount of reason, not his blame or anything like that, but he couldn't provide it. And I just told Raul, I think I could do something better. Like,
let's be honest, what was the word, dude? I could make this shit a whole lot better.
Yeah. So it took me 2 weeks to actually get the design from paper of how it was going to be cut, how it was going to be sewn, and how we were going to integrate a faux leather to make it look more cooler. And 2.5 weeks later, I show up at the golf course with the first one, and Raul was like, "Yeah, it's fucking cool." So I made everybody one, and then Raul was the one that said, "Man, this thing has legs. It has potential to run off. We should just start marketing it and selling it." And that's kind of how it started.
So that's where the second generation kind of kicks off, because Mikey, I mean, yeah, he's my wife's cousin, but he's like, let's be real, you're my cousin, bro. So when he went to college, he got a business degree, and we were like, dude, we got to start a business. I've always had like, all right, we got to get the side hustle going on. And we originally, because we're beer people, we're like, hey, we're gonna open up a brewery, or then we're going to open up a bottle shop. And things just kept on being pushed along until we got this concept. I was like, hey, dude, Hector and I are working this. And he didn't really know Hector. He knew of him. And I was like, come down, golf with us, and we'll talk to you about this. And he wanted to get more into the social media. He wanted to be an influencer before, OnlyFans was around. So
now he's on both.
Now he's on both.
Kinder too.
We'll plug it at the end.
Yeah. Description.
No. Give us your @ we'll plug it for everyone who's
20%. We want
it. So that's where Ralph came into it. He's like, oh, dude, this sounds dope. And that's why, honestly, we will say this and we'll reiterate this. Ralph has become the face of Los Golferos because he's out at the range, he's out at the golf course. He got tons of other connections. And then Hex is the man with the ideas, and I kind of just handle the boring legal stuff and all that other crap that we have to deal with as a business. But that's how it came to be. So my brother and my brother-in-law came along because they were part of the golfing crew, if you will. So my brother-in-law, Sergio, shout out to Serge. He does our photos, and his eye is the one that helps us put a lot of stuff onto our website and on Instagram as well sometimes. And then my brother's my brother, so he's around. But I love my brother, but he helps. Yeah, he's there.
He does a lot of knick-knack stuff here and there for us and stuff. So, but his main function is when he's at the course, he will get you drunk.
Yeah,
That's his biggest
there you
thing.
go. See?
Yeah.
He's part of the team somehow. He helps you out somehow.
He's that frat bro that always brings the 36 rack. So
Yeah, that you want to get into a good golf course. He has a hookup. So if you ever want to go into Pelican Hill or something like that, he knows somebody that can get us a tee time, and we'll be at Pelican Hill golfing or something like that. So
I stayed near Pelican Hill. Actually, one of those like townhomes, like on the piece of property right there. Didn't get to golf it a long time ago. It was awesome. But I wanted to circle back, Hector. You had mentioned, washing the towel and it didn't last. And when you were talking about that, Dom, I was thinking like, I'd be curious to know like what the poll is of like what the average golfer actually washes their golf towels, because in all honesty, I'm a pretty clean person, but I don't think I've ever washed a golf towel.
bro.
Honestly, that's just, like I said, I wash clothes all the time, and I've never actually considered, but I do have several towels. But have you ever washed your golf towel?
Yeah, you're nasty.
Yeah, he's trying to make me feel bad. That's all. Off air, he'll definitely say, "You're right. I've never washed my towel."
If it's like a really like dirty round, like it's really muddy out, I'll wash it like after. Otherwise, I'll go wild depending on if it's just like normal like water or stuff like that. But like if it's muddy, it bugs me.
Okay, I will. Let me kind of defend myself a little bit, because I do have more than one towel, so I will switch them out. So there's that. I'm not saying I just like let it, like a white towel, just completely completely muddy and not wash it. So, but I've just never really thought of that. Now circling back,
I'm wondering that would be a great poll to take. That'd be, because I'm curious too now how many people do wash it. Because I have the
golfers are out there.
I have the tendency. That's the first thing I do: take everything apart, clean up, throw it in the washer, and I'm done, and it's ready for my next round. That's just me, though.
Well,
that's awesome.
Here's a funny thing. So you guys had our boy Nelson tacos at the Churn, and this is how we actually shout out Nelson,
Sorry,
the boy
Nelson.
So this is how we actually met Nelson. So Ralph, whatever you want to call him and I we started noticing on our round of golf we were playing, like there were some towels that were questionable. It's like, dude, why is that thing so stiff? Are you using it for something else besides cleaning the golf balls?
Crusty, bro.
and this was like right before Thanksgiving, I think it was, because we were like, hey, we should give a giveaway, but let's make it a little bit more unique. And we're like, let's give it out to who needs a golf towel the most, because we saw some gnarly towels that weekend. So the contest was like, hey, send us a picture of your existing golf towel, and whoever needs it the most, we're going to hook you guys up. We're going to send you a towel. We're going to send you a hat. So Nelson went over the top. This guy shows up with a Mexican blanket on top of his freaking golf bag and says, guys, this is the only towel I have.
I could totally see Nelson doing that. I've never even met him, but just after talking to him for like over an hour, I could.
And he was like, "Help me, Golferos." I was like, "Yes, he needs the help."
He made a video, right?
Yeah,
he made a video.
Yeah, he made a video. Yeah, I remember that video.
Yeah,
everyone else had pictures, but he did a video.
Yeah, we got some we got some crusty ass towel pictures, but he went straight up and filmed himself with the freaking Mexican blanket on top of his freaking golf bag. We're like, this cat earns it, like no questions asked.
Marketing genius. He's super creative on it.
Nelson had it in him, man.
Yeah. And now there he is. Tacos at the Churn.
Yeah. So shout out Nelson.
Not to get too off topic, one of my favorite things about him, and that you guys just like solidified my thought process, he goes above and beyond in everything. Whether it's like his tacos by the turn, with all the advertising. Like we're in a food chat where we just share pictures of food. So we had a bunch of food and like some golf balls. And I was like, what are you like pickling the golf balls or something? And I still don't know what he did. But everything he does is so above and beyond, and it cracks me the hell up.
Hilarious. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Awesome cat.
So the Serape towels, they're the real deal. I appreciate it. I have one. Dom has one. I'm gonna throw it on the bag. Do you guys offer custom towels or anything like that?
Not custom towels per se. And the reason behind that is that the Serape material that we work with, we try to work with the manufacturer and the distributor to get us unique colors. So a lot of times we'll get hit up, we're like, where'd you guys even get these colors from? But it's really based on what the manufacturer can create for us. So if somebody were to say like, hey, I'm looking for this specific colorway, It's not something we're there, at least not yet. We would have to buy, tons of that material. Sure. But we do request, like, hey, if you guys ever get something with more, more black in it, more purple in it, whatever it might be, and they're like, oh, we'll see if the requirement is there, and they'll try to match what we're looking for. Out here in Southern California, I mean, I'm a Niner fan. I am the anti-Raider fan, if you will, but there's so many freaking Raider fans. So we used to get like, oh, if you had a, silver and black one. So we asked them like, hey, do you have something that's, kind of silver and black? They're like, oh, you know what? We could probably get that because we have the colorways. And that's where we got the silver and black. To me, I'm an LA Kings fan. I'm a hockey fan. So I'm like, that's a Kings towel. Everybody's like, that's a Raider towel. I call it the Kings towel.
I had my Kittle jersey on yesterday.
Yeah, he's a Vikings fan for me, obviously, and and then his number 2 is the Niners. So
yeah, I had my 75th anniversary jersey from last year on, and lady comes up and she goes, "Oh, you must be an Iowa fan." I was like, "No."
Iowa.
He played for Iowa. And I was like, that's nasty. And she looked at me and she's like, then why are you wearing it? I'm like, because the Niners are playing today. Like, how dumb are you?
Dumb is verbally abused.
I didn't say that. She also told us how hungover she was. So I was also like, well, I could probably mess with her a little bit. But she was like, oh, Iowa fan. I was like, no, leave. Should
have messed with her a little bit. Awesome. I did see the Kobe one though. So MJ, my number 1 favorite basketball player of all time, the GOAT, in my opinion. Obviously, there's a lot of LeBron, MJ. I think most people that are 30 and older
MJ's the GOAT.
Go MJ. But Kobe's my number 2 for sure. So that's the reason why I asked as far as like the custom. I had seen the Kobe. So is there another avenue down the road that you're looking to do? Maybe because the serape is the materials, like you said, Raul. Do you think like maybe like putter covers or anything down the line of like expanding, like do like a matching combination?
A putter cover would be sick.
Talk to the man Hex. Hex doesn't want to go with just the status quo, what everybody has out there, because there's some companies that are doing it, and some of them are doing it pretty well.
Yeah, no, they are.
But Hector takes it up a notch, if you will, when it comes to quality. So he's played around with Velcro, with magnets, different things. So, like I said, he's our inventor. So he's the one that's been playing around with that, whether it's been just this traditional putter covers or, he's looked at different designs, like, some of the guys out here, Casey Golf and over in Oregon, I forget the name of the company right off the bat. But they make, Seamus. Yeah. He's looked at different ones.
Golf? I thought it was just Case. I don't know. I know what you're talking about.
It's Case. Yeah.
It might be Case. Totally.
My mind was like blown for like a minute. I was actually
thinking literally like the letter KC, the letters. But yeah, I got you. KC Golf and Seamus. Yep. Yeah. They've done a really good job.
Yeah. So Hector, I mean, you give him a little bit more, man, but I know you've been working on that for a while.
Mikey and I have been working on trying to get a pattern set. We were talking about doing sock covers, sock style covers or fitted covers. And we know there's already a couple companies. There's actually a great company out of San Diego. I can't think of the name for the life of me, but they're actually doing them in the same style, but they're not using the traditional serape material, which I get it. It's a lot harder to work with because if you sew it the wrong way or don't sew it correctly, it could fray on you. And once it starts fraying, it's just cascading out of control to where you can't. So we are working on it. It's a hard process. But once we get them, I'm sure everybody's going to like them just like they like these towels. We also, honestly, like one thing that I've had and I've been talking about for I want to say probably over a year now, is a hip towel, a small hip towel that you could that comes retractable. So you could, when you get on your putting green, you don't have to walk out with your towel. You just have this little hip towel. You clean your ball and you put it back down. So that's something that I've been working on for a while. But like I said, Mikey and I did look into the patterns to make this happen. The biggest issue we have would be in getting it mass produced, because at the beginning, now we have a format where we get the towels produced properly, as many as we need. But it would require us to create a stencil and a pattern of sewing for these manufacturers that are doing our towels to be able to do it the correct way without like I said, the material itself fraying or falling apart, where it's gonna last long, and it's not just gonna be a 2-month thing or something you keep in your house, but you can't take it to the course because it's too nice and it's going to fall apart. That's the whole reason we did the towels, because, our towel, you could throw it in the washer, stretch out and everything. It's going to last. So I want the same type of quality we want the same type of quality for everything else that we do going forward, which is why we kind of jumped into if I might be wrong, Raul, but that's kind of the reason we went with, okay, let's start doing clothing and hats and everything else we're doing now, because it's a little bit easier to do that than it is to create something that's a one-off style.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's a big thing for us too, is like, as we keep reiterating, is like the quality, right? Like, you guys just got your hands on our towels, and we're talking about the whole washing thing and things like that, but like Heck said, you could run it through the ringer. A lot of guys out here, they'll buy our towels like, oh, this is going to complement my bag. I love how it's going to pop. It's going to represent the culture and things like that. But then they don't want to use it. They're like, oh, if I rub off this mud on here or clean my ball off, like, it's going to wreck it. And I'm like, no, man, go ahead. Like, look at mine, and I'll clean my clubs and stuff like that. And, I recently posted a video on our Instagram where I old school Mexican washed that thing. Where like I had a bar of soap and I was like running across a stone, and it looks brand new. So that's big for us, and why we haven't necessarily expanded yet to those other elements of the golf world, covers and things like that. Because when we do, it's going to be a high quality product that everyone's going to want to get their hands on.
Yeah. So obviously, I got the towels. I had to give one to Derek, and I was like,
he had to.
I didn't want to, because I opened it and I was like, wow, they're super soft. They just feel nice. Like, even like the faux leather is really, really nice. And that was my big fear. I was like, man, I don't want to use it because it looks nice. I'm gonna just destroy this thing. If I can wash it, yeah. Like, obviously, I got the lighter pink one, because it looks nice with my bag, and I like pink.
I got the purple because of Skull Vikings, baby.
No, you got the purple because I picked the purple.
Yeah, he knew.
I picked the purple.
Hey, Ravens are purple. Ravens are purple.
Yeah, Ravens. Okay,
Did you really want to talk about the Ravens today, dude?
Hey, yeah, I'm a diehard fan. I'm a diehard fan.
We had the border battle last week, and we had to talk smack to the Packers because we absolutely hate the Packers.
We like you guys a little bit better than them, though. So
no bueno.
Hey man, I feel you with the Packer hate right there too. But I do still blame the Niners for not taking Rodgers when they could have had Rodgers.
They could have had him. Yeah, absolutely. Circling back to your video, I did see the video you posted. So just to kind of reiterate, you can wash it, do whatever you want, but you're not supposed to dry it though, correct? Let it just kind of hang dry.
Yeah, let it air dry just because of the leather. Even with authentic leather, you don't want it to dry out. So a dryer is not the best for it.
Sure. Okay, so we talked
heating it. The heating element is what could actually compromise it, make it, whatever. But if you just air dry it, you could press it, you could air dry it, but just not heating it in the dryer.
Okay. So as I say, that's what I thought I saw in your video. Again, they're awesome towels. I wanted to ask you, as far as like selling them, are you pushing them on like your local golf courses that you guys golf at? Are a lot of your sales like online through Instagram? Where's like the target audience?
It's been primarily online. Mike, if you want to jump on it.
Yeah, I was just going to say it's primarily online through Instagram right now. We've had a couple conversations with some golf course about maybe, putting them in their pro shops, things like that. And that may be a conversation that we bring back up later in the future. But yeah, primarily online sales.
Okay. And the big thing about that is a lot of times we'll get hit up like, oh, all the colors are sold out. All these things are handmade. So everything's made out of here in Southern California. The sarape material comes directly from Mexico. So we're kind of cautious as well with the material, kind of like what Hector mentioned a little bit earlier, that if not sewn properly, it's just going to fall apart. So there's a little bit of labor of love, if you will, with it. and the quantities are probably not going to be there to supply some of the golf courses we come to. So we do it through the online sales. We have our website, go through Instagram, and then more and more we've been getting involved with local events, the tournaments, the charity events that are going on, and we'll go set up shop out at those local events. We actually have an event coming down this Saturday, right?
Heart of Charity.
Heart of Gold Charity. Yep.
If you guys want us to help plug that for you, just let us know. I said we're all about helping grow the game. So said all the events. I did want to ask you about the events and things like that down the road here, but if there's anything we can do to help you out with that, just let us know.
Or if you want to come to our event.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to tell us when and where, bro.
Yeah, it's not official yet. But
it's very hush hush. I don't know if Jordan would want us to talk about it too much because Jordan might yell at us, and I've never heard Jordan yell.
It'll be fine.
I don't want to hear.
We just haven't figured out a date yet, but excuse me. Well, we've got the location set. We haven't picked the golf course, but it's going to be a pretty big deal. So we would love to have you guys out play, and again, maybe do a tent and display your towels. That would be awesome, and your merch.
I would definitely go.
Yeah,
if you guys set it up and let us know, we would go.
Yeah, let's say Nelson. We gotta have Nelson out there. So I think it would be probably like
I already messaged Nelson. So
yeah,
I already told Nelson. I was like, hey, we're doing this thing. I can't talk too much about it yet, but we're gonna put you at the turn because I feel like that
tacos at the turn. That's kind of
it's it's tacos at the turn.
Better have tacos. She's gonna put them on his
pocket. He better take the stuff from over here because I'm gonna tell you, I went to school in Arizona for 5 years, and I know people probably gonna hate me in Arizona, but the Mexican food over there has nothing on California Mexican food. So, Nelson, if you're listening to this, make sure you take the product from over here, bro.
Hey, we're taking notes. We're taking notes. Absolutely. But I kind of wanted to switch course a little bit and talk food. What is your guys'? So I kind of want to get a snack during the course or like on the course, and then what's your go-to meal after the course?
I'll let Raul start off because Raul is probably like the food connoisseur out of all of us.
No, there's definitely a vibe with Los Golferos, and it's because we golf usually in the morning because Hector, wife and kids, myself, wife and kids, my brother, wife and kids, Mikey, Ralph, married. So we try to we know we get a lot of freebies from our wives, our significant others. So we try to be nice and we're like, all right, we'll golf in the morning. The rest of the day is yours. We have a thing for breakfast burritos. We're always going to the golf course and like, we maybe not the smartest thing. We won't eat as much during the round. There's definitely a lot of IPAs. There's definitely some Bloody Marys involved. But at the end of the round, we've been judging the best breakfast burritos. So we're always looking for that breakfast burrito because we're doing it in the morning. So that's the one thing I would say we're always as a crew, we're like, all right, who has a better breakfast burrito?
Yeah.
And there's definitely some contenders out here. Even our old golf course, our local golf course, they had to shut down their restaurant because they were doing a whole remodel. But Hector's wife would be like, hey, you golfing? Yeah, bring me a breakfast burrito. Because she knew it hit different. It hit different from that.
Yeah. So in the if I was golfing in the morning, like Raul said, I would always take a bag of nuts. Doesn't matter what kind of nuts, just, trail mix. And then I would definitely snack on beer. And then
it's your snack on beer.
And then we would look for the breakfast burritos right after with the Bloody Mary. So either a chorizo sauce. I mean, we mix it up, but we try to find which one's more flavorful than the other. That's usually our tradition. And then if I go like with Mikey and I'm hitting, an afternoon or evening round, snacks again, just some chips and some nuts, if that, more beer, and then what do we go have more beer for dinner, right, Mikey?
Yeah, it's like a Mexican casserole. You put beer, chips, beer, tacos, and beer.
The liquid diet.
In Minnesota, we would call it instead of a casserole, we'd call it a hot dish. So we'd have the Minnesota hot dish. It's beer, potato, beer. You guys would love it.
I like your style, Dom.
Yeah,
you guys would love it.
We could golf together, guys.
Yeah, we definitely can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So with the burritos, and Mikey, I want to get your Ralph, Mike. There's
only 4 names.
there's 4 names on this podcast
Yeah.
that we're interviewing, but there's 3 of you. So
Yeah.
I love it. But in any
Yeah.
case, do we do the burrito? Do you do the salsa in the burrito, or do you dip?
Oh, that's a great. Hold on. You don't dip. You pour.
Yeah.
Pour.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for correcting me. Pour.
Yeah.
or
Let me
in-
catch.
in
Don't
the
let me
burrito?
catch you dipping.
No. You're right. You're correct.
Yeah. Don't let me catch you dipping. But yeah, you could do both, and so like I will say I don't want to say every burrito is the same because obviously we're talking about how there's contenders, right? There's some burritos better than the other. But the salsa, not everybody has the same salsa, and there's salsas that are significantly better than others, and that is like the cherry on top, and that's what can make a good burrito. So if you got a pretty good tasting salsa, I actually enjoy pouring over. I don't put it in there because I want that, that first bite of that salsa to really be in there.
Get first. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's my take on salsa.
And Hex and I have been known. There's a particular golf course we like, and there's salsa. Like, but if the right cook is there, we're like, hey, give us some of the salsa your wife sent you for lunch.
Yeah.
And that salsa, it's different. They have the golf course salsa, and then there's the stuff he brought from home. We're like, whoo, that's it. I'm sober again.
It'll sober you the fuck up real quick.
I want to go to that course. That's where I want to go. I like the hotter the better.
Yeah.
The hotter the better.
And that's
Show Canyon, baby. Show Canyon.
Yeah, so it's funny because you'll have a good burrito and you have the wrong salsa, although the burrito is really good, but it kind of kills it. Then you have a mediocre burrito, but you got some great salsa and you're enjoying it. So you get the combination of the two up there. It's just a great breakfast experience after golf.
Salsa is the key ingredient, though. Really is for a burrito.
It really is.
Yeah,
I've legitimately been asking his wife for just like a jar.
You know
of the salsa she makes. Every year I don't get that.
You know what's funny about that? So one of our
she's holding out.
So my wife does make she does make a really good salsa. But the funny thing is one of her ex coworkers, she got a new job. He sent a message after listening to the podcast. He's like, "Can I get on the waiting list for that salsa?" So shout out Greg if you're listening, because I was like, at first we're like, "What is he talking about?" And he's like, "Oh, Dom's wanting to be on the wait. He's trying to get this salsa that you've been talking about forever." But it is a really good salsa, and I honestly said the salsa makes a huge difference. But with that being said, what is your, like, if you had a choice at the clubhouse, what would you put in that burrito, breakfast burrito?
You want to go first, Mikey? Since you
Yeah. So if I'm picking out a breakfast burrito, dang, I definitely gotta have some bacon. Yeah. I gotta put some bacon in there. I need my scrambled eggs. Put some good cheese in there. And just a quality salsa verde, a green salsa. That's what I like with a breakfast burrito.
I'd probably go Grand Slam with avocado.
Yeah.
Sausage,
avocado,
all the meats. Give me ham, give me sausage, give me bacon. Make sure the egg has chorizo in it, and throw some avocado on that puppy too.
Yeah. If you can find a place that has legit chorizo, a breakfast chorizo burrito gets it done. If not, I'll stick to the bacon. I like crispy bacon in there, but avocado hits it different. So I would definitely have to say that. And there's
I like avocado, right?
Why are you putting me on the spot?
Well, the only reason why I asked is I was literally like, I never actually tried avocado.
I like avocado.
My wife's like, here, try this. She made me try it. I'm a picky eater. She made me try it. She's totally blown my mind. My food palate has expanded big time because of all the Mexican food, which I absolutely love. But in any case, I tried an avocado and I was blown away. I'm like, dude, I have been missing out for so long. And that is like, I would say salsa. Avocado is that next ingredient that really will make it or break it.
Yeah.
I like to put like potatoes in mine because I like to be full for like ever.
That's
like if I can fry some hash browns, some eggs, some bacon, some cheese, and then some salsa in there. Oh, I guess I would pour it too. Thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I don't ever really dip either. I am a pour guy too. It's got to be in a little plastic. Yeah.
But you got to have potato because you got to have that like full feeling.
Oh, you're right.
Absolutely.
Dom, go. Oh, sorry to cut you off there. Dom, are you doing the hash brown or are you doing like the country potatoes in that sucker?
Oh man, that's a great question.
So when I make them, we only ever have like the hash brown. In my mind, if I'm like if I have everything in front of me, I'm doing the breakfast, but like
for the burrito,
yeah,
potato.
I'm doing like the little cubes.
Yep.
Just because then you kind of spread them out, and then you get like just like a bite of like crispy potato. You get a little salsa in there. I'm hungry.
If we're doing a straight up platter, hash browns 100%. But yeah, if we're doing a burrito, same thing.
Yeah,
you put the little potato cubes in there for sure. I'm starving right now.
I know.
I'm getting hungry.
I need a beer and a burrito right about now.
But it's literally like probably 40% golf, and the rest is either.
Yeah, I always tell people that we have a podcast like, oh, I don't like golf. I don't like you, blah blah blah. And I was like, you don't. It's like, listen, it's like 95% food.
It really is.
It's like 95% food and like 2% sports.
Well, actually, I don't say that. Our main goal is to get you. Yeah, that's true. Our main goal is to get you guys to like. We want to grow the game and let it out. You tell us what your business model is. So that's the main goal. Then after that, it's all golf or all food. After that, but to switch subjects, I asked this on the last podcast. If there was another podcast had, and I forget the name of it, so I'm drawing a blank. But if you guys are golfing and let's just say Raul, you're borrowing Hector's 8-iron and you hit a hole in one. Breakfast ball, that's who it was. Yeah.
Dummy.
They had this question. So Raul, if you hit a hole in one with Hector's 8-iron, Hector, are you giving him that 8-iron because he hit a hole in one, or are you taking it back?
I think he's
on mute.
You're on mute, big guy.
You're on mute, Hex.
Hector didn't want to answer.
All right, but no, yes, I would let him have it. I would let him have it.
Now, me being the Deutsche bag that I am, I'm like, Hex, keep it back because it's a Big Bertha Callaway that he loves. And I used to love Callaway golf gear. It used to be insane until I fell out of love with Callaway. Even though I've never hit an ace, but I would have given it back to him because I know he loves that club. He loves his freaking Callaways, Big Berthas.
And then I would gift it back to you, and I would frame it with the ball.
Oh wow!
And a picture of you, so you could put it up on your wall. Because I think making a hole in one is pretty special, and I think you just gotta have it.
You two need to get a room, bro. I love you, bro. I love you more, bro.
And we're not even drinking.
Yeah, I'm still sober. The love's out there.
Ralph, what about you? Would you do that? Someone hit a hole in one with one of your clubs?
Dude, be honest. You're not giving up your P790, bro.
I'm not giving up my P790s, bro. My brother gifted me some P790s for Christmas, so I got two elements there. I love the irons, and my brother and I have this thing that we don't give away each other's gifts. So, I probably wouldn't give it away. But I probably would do something special like that too. Like I'd probably go get the ball frame for him and everything like that.
Sure.
But the club, it stays with me.
I don't blame you one bit on that. I posted a video earlier today and there's kind of a hot take, but a lot of people had commented. So if you're at a professional golf tournament, whether it's live golf tournament or PGA, whatnot,
there we go.
Would you wear golf shoes to the tournament?
Oh, I saw that.
I saw
that. You guys posted that, right?
Yeah.
I've been to events and now you wear something. First of all, you wear some shoes that you're not going to be too attached to because you're going to get trampled on. You're going to step on puddles. People are spilling beer all over it. So I'm wearing some beaters out there. I anytime I've gone in the past, like, hey, some comfortable shoes that I know I'm not going to be pissed that somebody spilled their beer all over me. So yeah, not golf shoes, man.
Is that why they wear golf shoes though? Because think about it. We're out there on a golf course getting them muddy, spilling beer on them. So like maybe that's their thought process.
Bust out some running shoes or something, but
there's a lot of mixed reviews on there. And some people do make some good points. We said if it's a wet course or like if it's spikeless shoes, it might make sense. You know what I mean? But
then just wear a normal shoe.
Yeah, Dom's kind of on your side.
I'm very yeah. I'm not gonna wear. No, he looks dumb. So
Tom's got his rangefinder. He's zooming in with his golf glove on.
I don't own a
Tiger's 150 out, bro.
Thank you very much.
He's yelling at the caddy.
So I volunteered at one. We have a local one here in Minnesota. I volunteered every year. And I saw this kid with like the classic FootJoys, the knee-high socks, running shorts, and then a polo. I was like, you're doing this whole thing wrong, buddy. Like, one, you don't look comfortable. And two, I'm not going to want to stand in those all day. Like I would much rather just have like some like running shoes on or just something comfortable to wear.
There are some very comfortable spikeless golf shoes, though.
But then you could just get a normal shoe.
You could, but this is the question. That's what I was asking. What would you do? I only got one good answer or two ansers. I need a Hector.
I would because I actually debated this personally before that came out. We were gonna go sell at an event. I'm gonna be standing in grass at a golf course, and I asked, should I take my golf shoes? And I said no. I took my regular shoes. I'm not golfing, and I'm on grass. So why would I? So I feel the same way. I would just wear regular shoes.
So this is actually a good example. When we hosted our event, I didn't wear golf shoes.
Did I wear golf shoes?
You did.
Oh, I did.
You weirdo.
Oh, I did. It was great.
I wore normal shoes.
Thanks, Leaderboard Customs. I wore them. That was also the reason why I wore them, though. He actually was a sponsor for our par 3 closest to the pin. He actually designed. Whoever got closest to the pin, he set up a free pair of Nike Roshi golf shoes, whatever design you wanted to choose from. So yeah, that was kind of part of the reason why I wore them. But at the same time, I'm on the golf course. Why not? Who cares? But I thought it was interesting because there was a lot of people that got really heated about it, and then there was a lot of people that had some good points. So
I can lean your way when you talk about certain, like say for example, you just mentioned the Nike Roshis, the Nike Roshi soft spikes. I could see that because it's not even like a legit spike; it just has a little bit more traction.
Yep.
But
exactly,
to Dom's point,
golf shoe makes sense.
Yeah, to Dom's point, if you're wearing some FJ classics, like dude, come on, like no, that doesn't.
Yeah. It's like you're trying too hard.
Yeah, those aren't very comfortable too. Like you said, like the spikeless are actually pretty comfortable. You can walk all day.
Just put on some Hokas, pick a spot, grab a beer. You're good for the day.
So some Clifton Hokas, you're good.
There we go.
I'm a Gaviota guy.
There it is.
I'm the Mach.
Very
the
nice.
Mach 6. Is that the new?
No.
What do I have?
You don't. You have the 4. I work in the running industry.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Mach 4s are my jam. I like those.
I know all about Hokas and how nobody can get them right now. It's a blast.
I know this,
dude. Trying to get all black Hokas is a freaking mission and a half, man.
Yeah.
You get the Clifton all blacks, forget about it, man.
I will say Hokas. I know you have your biased opinion because you work in that industry, but I think those Machs are probably by far the most comfortable running shoe I've ever.
Yeah, I've nothing bad to say about Hoka other than they're ugly.
No, I like them.
They've gotten better with their design.
Have you seen the new Bondis?
No, I haven't seen the Bondis.
They're ugly.
But the Machs though actually look really nice.
The last Bondis weren't too bad. I mean, like, yes,
have you seen the 8?
I haven't seen the 8, to be honest.
Look up the 8.
Okay, so that's the one you're talking about? Because I actually like the Hoka shoes. Yeah. Again, we're totally off topic on everything that we talk about here.
I was about to say you're opening the door right now for that sneakerhead in the corner. Like you're about to go down the rabbit hole, Raul.
Yeah, we love that.
I can see where you guys are coming with the 8s.
I haven't seen the 8s, so I can't.
The 8s are ugly, and then like I have the Bondi X, which is even uglier. But damn, are they comfortable to wear all day?
Look, when it comes to running, to me, Hokas and Brooks. I don't know what you guys feel about Brooks, but some Ghost Brooks, comfy as heck.
I'm a glycerin guy.
Glycerin are awesome too.
Yeah, the new ones are nitrogen infused.
I like the Brooks as well, but me personally, I like the Mach.
I know. I told my Brooks rep that I have a podcast, and I don't know if she actually listens, but if she gets to this point, she's gonna be like, Dom knows what he's doing.
That's awesome.
All right, so yeah, Raul, we're gonna start with you, and then we'll follow with Hector, and then Ralph. So we're gonna shoot off some rapid fire questions.
Just do it all at once because last time it took like 40 minutes.
Okay, yeah, we'll do it all at once. So we'll start though with Raul.
I'm too hungry to sit here for 40 minutes. To be quite honest with you guys, I'm sorry.
We're having a blast. We're gonna have an episode 2 afterwards, or
let's go.
Second part.
We've just have food. I need to eat.
That's true. I haven't eaten much today. Okay, so we're gonna ask some rapid fire questions. Raul, we'll start with you, then Hector, and then Ralph. You can ask, so you get a little bit more time to think. Ralph. First question is: pants or shorts on the golf course?
Shorts, any day, all day. Even when it's cold and raining, shorts. I'm a shorts guy.
Both.
Interesting. Haven't heard that one before.
Like at the same time, or
do you just
not at the same time? They're actually special ones. They come with zippers and they take off.
Here's the model. Poll number 1.
Hold on. That'd be sick.
No, man. Listen, I played in. I was in Kansas last year, and I played when it was winter time already. And there's no way you would have caught me with shorts. We're usually here in SoCal. We're nice and comfortable. We get the nice weather. Even if it's a little windy, breezy, it's still short weather. For the first time I was playing out there, and it was not comfy to be in shorts. So I would say both. Just depends on the occasion. If I'm in Cali, it's shorts though.
Yeah, for me, I'm a pants guy. Even though I'm out here in Cali and we get the nice warm weather, I love fall golf in California. We hit like those mid 60s. We're out there early in the morning, throwing some pants. I like looking classy.
Like it. Hat, bucket hat, or no hat?
Hat. I look like a moron with the bucket hat, so I'm already dorky looking as it is. I don't want to throw a freaking more accessories to make it worse.
Hat for me as well.
Yeah, definitely a hat.
Okay. What driver is in your bag right now?
Oh, I'm still holding it old school. I have a TaylorMade Sim Max.
Okay.
Is that old school? That's like 2 years
Not too bad.
I was like, that's not too bad.
Okay, let me rephrase that. To the way that some people are changing their driver every freaking year, like it's an iPhone type of thing. Yeah, mine is.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but Sim Max, the OG one, still works.
Hector, what about you?
It's a TaylorMade. I just can't remember what it is.
Dude, he's old school. He has I know your bag better than you do, dude. He has.
Does he have like a burner?
No, he has a slider. The SLDR.
SLDR. There you go. I was trying to remember. I'm like, what is it? I know it's
I'll be right back. Let me go check.
Yeah, he has the SLDR. The 60% of the time it works all the time. He either smashes or he doesn't smash. That's it. Yes. There's no in between.
Love it. What about you, Ralph?
For me, I have an M6 Type D. So a few generations back. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, this might be a thinker for you guys. What is your favorite taco place?
All right, so you got to be careful with that question because there's taco places and there's taco stands in Southern California. Well, actually, all of California. So if you're gonna go to a stand, there's a spot out here called El Venado, the deer. And they have the big spit of al pastor. Guy will give you a show when he cuts a little piece of pineapple, flies in the air, catches it in the taco.
Okay.
Those tacos at the corner of the street, amazing. If you want to go somewhere a little bit nicer where you actually sit down and it's known, especially if you ever saw like the Taco Chronicles on Netflix, it's called Sonora Town, downtown LA, Sonora Town. Great tacos. Good food, small little shop, hole in the wall, but it's a little shop you can go sit down to.
I like that.
I live in an area where I could literally point in any direction, and within 4 blocks, I'll have a taco stand that either has, and they're not all the same. I mean, it just depends on what taco you want. If you want chicken tacos, there's a spot for that. If you want birria tacos, there's a spot for that. If you want carne asada, there's a spot for that. And so yeah, I would say Taco City, come to Silmar. Silmar has the bombest tacos
spot,
lined up across our foothills. So that's what I would suggest. That's the spot.
Dang. Yeah, this is a tough question, especially in Southern California. For me, if I'm going to keep it down here in San Diego, we just got this newer spot called Frida's Tacos, and it's really cool because the owner is from Tijuana, so it's like Tijuana style tacos.
Very cool.
Yeah, and if I gotta hit the nostalgia button, a little twist, I would go to Cielito Lindo for roll taquitos.
Oh, that's a different beast, though, dude.
It is a different beast. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's cheating. Cielito Lindo. You guys come out to California, we'll take you to Cielito Lindo, and
heck yeah,
you'll never want to leave California.
Dude, you guys are you'll get inundated with every different type of taco out here. You guys are going to be in a whole different level out here in SoCal.
Yeah, skip the golf.
Between you guys and Nelson are going to be face down on the golf course somewhere.
Exactly.
At times.
Early morning golf or twilight golf?
Early morning.
Early morning.
Early morning, yeah.
Oh, I jumped out of queue. My bad.
We know we're all going to answer the same.
Yeah. That kind of figured that answer. What is your favorite club in your golf bag right now?
You know what? I've been reinvigorated with my driver. Shout out Dave Fink, Coach Fink. He got me right a couple of weeks ago. So the driver and I have been working very well lately.
Very nice.
I would say right now, because I was actually playing with it in the backyard. Is my 68 wedge. Fucking fell in love with that shit.
68.
Dude,
I know I like you for a reason.
Don't get this guy started. He'll pull out like he wants to flop shot everything, dude.
He's got gadget clubs.
I flopped,
Dumb.
and Raul co-signed me. I flopped the shot. There was a tree in my way. I went over that pine tree, got it right off the green, but it worked. Got me there.
It works.
I've had 2 successful flops in my career, and because of those 2, I feel like I should just do it constantly.
Yeah. And then you get that 50-50 where either you did it right or it ends up on the off to
It's
the
more
side
like
somewhere.
70-30. 9 times out of 10, I'm like 400 yards the wrong way.
Yeah,
Let's see. For me, I'm gonna say my 7-iron, just because it can make me look a lot better than I actually am. First time I golfed with Hector, I blasted it like 200. I don't know why. It just came out that way. He's like, "You just do that with an iron?" I was like, "Yeah."
It's all fading, dude.
That's pretty impressive though. 207 iron. That's legit.
It's a lot with the roll.
Yeah. Who's your favorite golfer?
Look, if I want to go old school, Lee Trevino. You got to keep it brown, but let's be honest. I don't think anybody is going to say anything different besides Tiger. Tiger made golf cool for our generation. But I'm a big historian of the game. But to me, Lee Trevino would be first, the Supermax, and just Tiger's Tiger. He made it cool for us.
Great answer.
yeah, Tiger for me as well. I can't say.
It's kind of a dumb question to be honest. I mean, it's not, but
It's
it
not
is.
a
You know,
dumb question. It's not because you're gonna run into that one person that has a particular certain golf style or golfer. So yeah, Dom's over there.
Yeah.
So
I would say though, like, to mix it up a little bit, Tiger is definitely my favorite, but my favorite right now, up and coming, Colin Morikawa. I love watching that guy play.
He's so good.
I'm looking good.
I like. Yeah, he's awesome. We talked about him. We've talked about him on previous podcasts.
Yeah, we had the par train on, and he analyzed our mental games. And when we got to me, we realized I don't have a mental game, which nobody's surprised by. He compared me to Colin Morikawa, and I got a bunch of DMs going, "Dom, you're not Colin." I was like, "Do you want to bet?"
I have proof.
I have
Hateful
proof.
mother.
Favorite golf course that you've played?
All time, that's a hard one. I'll keep it local just because I want to support the local. But Rusty Canyon is literally down the street from where I live. Well, about a 20-minute commute, but best public course that just feels like you're in a private course. I love Rusty Canyon. Any day, every day for me.
Okay.
I'm still thinking. I think one of my favorites for me it's like chasing a unicorn because they closed down. It was Lost Canyon in Simi Valleys. They closed down and it was very, very tough, hard course. And I always compare it to that. When I get to a hard hole or something, I always say like this is the type of hole that was at that course. That course is no longer. They were under budgeted and they closed down. But yeah, that was my favorite course.
Dang, for me, Raul says it all the time. I'm kind of spoiled down here in San Diego. I have a lot of really nice golf courses. So I'm gonna go to my most humbling course, and that's Goat Hill. Shout out Goat Hill.
The GOAT.
The GOAT. We call it the GOAT. Anytime that you think you're on your high horse and you think you're playing well, just go play Goat Hill and it'll slap you back into place. So, GOAT.
I've heard of that course. Yeah, I've never played it, but the only course I've played in San Diego is Coronado.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking of golf courses, what would be a bucket list golf course that you'd like to play? and we'll cross off Augusta because that's
The
a pretty
obvious one.
Yeah,
efficient
that's
answer.
probably not going to happen.
Anything besides that, where would it be?
Well, we've been trying to organize the bros trip, if you will, and there's two of them: Pain Valley and, of course, Bandon Dunes. That's where we're trying to head out in hopefully in the real near future. Hex was the closest one to go play Pain Valley, and what happened last minute? It got canceled on him.
Yeah.
Definitely want to go donate some balls into that infamous Tiger 19th hole there. So that's on the list right now.
Pain Valley was the one that I had last year a chance to go, really tried, and the plans fell apart, didn't get a chance to go. But that's been that course that we've all been trying to go to it. So yeah.
Yeah, Pain Valley, Bandon. What's another one? I'm gonna throw in Torrey. As surprising as it is, I'm down here in San Diego, and I've yet to play Torrey Pines, so I want to get out to Torrey.
You can make that one possible. That's an easy one.
Yeah, to say that one should be last question is could be a hot take or not. PGA or live golf, or do you like both?
Ooh,
you know what? Shout out Abran Ansett for chasing the bag and going to live. You know what? Competition is always a good thing. I mean, you already saw the PGA had to get a little bit creative how they're going to do things. I'm not against both of them existing. The PGA is really trying to do the taking my ball with me, you can't play type of thing. That's the one that feels a little, why are you guys doing that? Don't have a problem with both of them. I mean, the more the merrier. And look, if live is going to be legit, it's going to pop. If not, it's going to go the way of the first version of the XFL or any of these other football leagues that try to pop up. Just let it be, do your thing. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I think there's room for both. Different demographics too. So take it from there.
Great answer.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm not a hater. I am with Raul. However, I will say I have not watched a single live event.
Try to find it. It's only like on freaking YouTube or like who bought it? BN
I think you can stream it on YouTube, can you?
Yeah, it's free on YouTube. They haven't got a TV deal. Apparently, they're very close. I guess Apple turned them down. So
Apple turned them down. I've seen some of it on YouTube.
Oh no, actually, you could catch some of it on DAZN now.
Yeah, DAZN. There we go.
Yeah.
So I just what I would do is just pop it up on my phone on YouTube and then just hook it up on my TV. So I've watched a little bit. I didn't watch any of the Chicago. I was actually trying to go out there for the Chicago event. I wasn't able to make it, but it's definitely different. It's a different demographic, like you said. But like as a golf fan, though, you want to watch golf, and it's not like they just have like a bunch of crappy golfers. I mean, they have some really good golfers, some of the best of the world.
Yeah, there's Dustin freaking Johnson. Dude hits it just as good, if not better, than most players on tour.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's one of the best to play. If he could, he should be consistently winning all the time. He's tall, long, hit the ball miles.
He's got Polina. He's athletic.
There you go.
Good old Paulina.
What about you,
green jacket?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, for me, like Raul, I'm open to both leagues existing. Obviously, like, hey, everybody's got to go get their money. You know, what's the old saying that never count another man's cash? So I'm open for that. But in a sense, I also am a little bit of a traditionalist. I like the idea of Augusta, playing at Torrey, these historic courses. So for me, if like I got to go watch one event over the other, I'm definitely picking a PGA major over a live event. With that being said, I've watched several of the live events. I definitely think they have a lot of room to grow. It's definitely not a perfect thing. But yeah, if they keep going, like Raul says, if they put in the work and they pop off and they're a competing league, then hey, more power to them.
For sure. Well, fellas, we appreciate the time, and
We're gonna go eat.
We're gonna go eat, but we'll definitely love to have you guys on in the future. And we're hoping to do a actual YouTube. We'll have it on YouTube this time, so everyone can kind of see the faces. So it'll be a little bit different. But we'd love to have you guys on again because it was a blast.
Definitely.
Guys, it was freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the invite. Dude, we can't wait to meet you guys at the event. So let us know as soon as that's set up. We will be there. First,
Appreciate
We
it.
have a meeting,
couple weeks from now. Yeah, hopefully we'll have a for sure date and a golf course. We want to do kind of more of a community based thing where we want to like get everyone together. So we might do like a
we were thinking like a 3-day event, but like a 1-day tournament where all the events on Friday are optional, everything on Sunday is optional.
Yeah,
but like go hit Top Golf Friday night, get hammered, land on a golf course somewhere, wake up, and then go play the tournament.
Yep, exactly. So
eat big breakfast burritos.
We'll shoot you the details, and I said, hopefully we'll meet you sooner than later. We had a blast. So thanks again, and we said we'll hopefully maybe even sometime this year we'll have you guys on down the road when we can do it actually like on YouTube.
For sure.
Yeah,
looking forward to it, guys.
Thank you,
All right, guys. Thanks so much. Have a good night.
Good to meet everybody.
Take care.
Hi, guys.
Take care.